Hey, you guys. I'm back. Literally, this is the same week as the other videos. I don't know. I just really feel like talking this week. But honestly, y'all, I always say this, but this is just like a little like reminder to my future self in general. So hopefully like this doesn't cut off. This is gonna be like a quick little 10-minute video. Um Okay, I've been thinking, and there's like, I'm always over analyzing everything. I'm like literally always thinking about like everything, and I was literally thinking the other day, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, um, there's so many people my age, this, that, and the third. Like, I feel like I'm not on track because, like, other people my age are probably doing this, doing that, this, that, and the third. But it's not like I was comparing. I was just thinking in my head, literally. Because, like, most people my age are still in school, but they're, like, a little, like, a year, like, I'm, like, a year behind them because I was in the military and stuff like that. But what I was saying, it was what I was thinking was like most people like start working before they what's it called, before they even get to they get to my age. They already started working, and I just like got my first job as to being in our military. But I feel like that's like a good thing because like depending on where you are but depending on what it is, like I mean, depending on who you are as a person. But I'm really grateful to my parents to be able to do that. But then I started thinking like, oh, like people my age, like they already started working like this, that, and the third. I didn't get to get the experience, this and the third. But people call it like a late bloomer. I didn't I didn't really care to start working because I didn't really need the money, and my parents were like just focused in school. And I honestly didn't really feel the need to buy a lot of stuff because it's like it is what it is. Like I don't and at that time it was like I was just wasn't like in the best head space, honestly. But I don't want to get into like that whole thing. But what I was thinking about was the fact like, oh my goodness, like a lot of kids my age already started working way before me, and so like they already got like a good fruit of labor, this and the third. Ooh, ah, ah. But the most thing I was thinking about was the fact that, oh, they have savings account, this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking like, I just started working 2 years ago. It's not even steady for real because I only like work um during the weekends now, but on some times I'm still mostly a student for real, for real. Like I don't even like have like a real concrete ass job. So like I'm mostly still a student. So I was just thinking like, oh my goodness, like I want to get a savings account. I want to get a savings account. And tell me why, like I said, God really listens. Like I feel, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but God really listens when you like say things out in the universe and like speak things out in the universe. But like literally, I was literally crying about that. Like literally, I was like, oh my gosh, like there's like kids my age that I've been working like this and third. They at least have like some kind of savings for them to be traveling and going to places, this, that, and the third. And me, I'm like, my goal is to like travel the whole world. Like I want to travel the whole world. Like that is my dream. That is my goal in life. Like I want to travel the whole world. Like that, I feel like that is also inevitable. Like I am going to travel the whole world. Inshallah. Not even inshallah. Like, I will do it. Like, it's inevitable. Like, it's just like, there's just no way I'm not. Like, I don't know. There's just no way I'm not. Like, so I was just thinking that, and I was crying, and I was just thinking, and I was just praying, and then literally, not even 2 days later, here my dad called me. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I just opened a savings joint account for me and you, so you can like put stuff in there whenever." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I was just thinking about this. Like, I was just thinking about this." And like, literally, I would, but the reason why I was thinking about it was because I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, if my parents were to die, God forbid, that is not gonna happen anytime soon. I love my parents down, and they've done so much for me. And if they were to like, if they're to die like sometime soon, like, I would not know where to start, like where to go. Like, my parents are literally such a blessing in my life. And so I was just thinking, like, for like a savings account, like, literally, like, I have nothing saved up. So if they were to like be gone like today or tomorrow, like, I would be the one responsible to take care of my 7-year-old brother. My brother is 17, sure, he will be able to like help me, and we will be like all together. But like, and we have like people that we know in the community that could probably help us too. But it's still like, um he would have to start living with me, because like, I'm like the next um relative that he has in this country. I would take responsibility for him. So like, I was just thinking like, oh my goodness, like, I don't have like a good savings account. I need to start saving up for like, in case something crazy happens, this, that, and the third. And really, just 2 days later, my dad's calling me, telling me, "Oh, I opened a savings account for me and you." Like, that was such like a 360 moment, because every single time I say something out loud, and I don't even know like where it's coming from, or like why something happens. Like, literally, my dad or my mom will call me and be like, "Oh, this and this happened, this and this happened," and I'm like, "Are you are you reading my mind? Like, you how?" And I don't even talk to my parents every day of the week or like every day. But it's so crazy when stuff like that happens to me, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. And every single day, like every single day, I never go to sleep without literally thanking God and saying cursive. And that's cursive is literally like, that wears away all evil spirit and whatnot. So I always say cursive before I go to bed. But like, one thing I always never do is go to bed without being thankful, because every day God shows me like, you're literally living, and there's other people that is not. Like, there's people that they wake, like, I don't know, it's just so amazing to me, the fact that I wake up every single day, and there's some people that just don't wake up. And that's just tea. And I'm just telling you guys, like, be careful what you say. God is always listening. God is always listening. And with that being said, I want to educate y'all on what like a 401k is. Like, a 401k is because I feel like some people don't even know what a 401k is, because I didn't. But I know I have one, because I'm in the military, and it's kind of like part of the thing. But a 401k and a Roth IRA is basically like a retirement savings um thing that basically like your you like put money towards it, like every, like from your paycheck you get money put towards it, and it just like takes some money out of your check and just puts it there for when you decide to, like, when you're about to retire slash die, and you just like, you just save money in there basically, which I did not realize. But excuse me, I also did not know why they call it a 401k. I still don't know why they call it a 401k, because I really thought it was $401,000 that is just like you just have. But I guess it's just money that you just saved up, and it accumulates interest, and the interest the government cannot take from you when it gets to like a certain point or like a certain date. Um, well, the 401k and a Roth IRA are two different things. They are both a savings account, but one of it, I'm not sure which one. One of it, when you put money in there, I think the Roth IRA is the one where you put money in there, like a certain percentage of your like your the money that you're getting from work, and your your the company that you're in or with matches that percentage and puts it in the fund for you, and it's just like in a bank. I don't know what bank, but they put that in there, and it's just like stores money in there. And then a 401k is basically like a retirement savings. And then there's a high yield savings account, which I don't think is Islamic, but it is like something you can do if you're not a Muslim, um, because it collects interest, and interest is really not the Islamic thing. But high yield savings account is more best if you decide to like use like a savings account, which is like basically um you take what's it called, um you take any kind of money that you want to save up, and you put it in a high yield savings account. And high yield savings account have like a little more higher percentage than a regular savings account. Like if you were to put stuff in a savings account, it will probably accumulate like 0.02% more interest rate, and that is not really growing as much. But high yield savings account is a savings account that has like a point, like the highest one I think has like a point, like a 4 point something interest rate, which means it grows more than a regular savings account. So you get more money that you did not do anything to get, and it just like accumulates more money just from sitting there. So it's better for you to open a high yield savings account than a regular savings account. So that is what you should do. And there's other Muslim high things that you could do to do that too. Or you can just put it in a regular savings account and just put money in there whenever you feel like it. It's never too late to start, and you can always just ask your parents and be like, oh my goodness, like dad and mom, can you please open me a savings account? And you can start putting kind of like a piggy bank, but like with all the money that you make from like different little things that you make. Or if you're an adult, like you should just open a higher savings account because you know you're old enough to. But if you're not old enough to, you could just ask your parents to do that, and you could always go to the bank every week and just put more money in the high yield savings account, and you know, yeah. And then the another thing that I want to talk about is credit cards, because some people don't know how credit cards work. I know how a credit card work. I just don't have one because the last time I had one, I lost it, and someone well, I didn't lose it. I lost my wallet, and someone tried to try to use my identity to use the money to buy designer clothes. Because why would you buy designer clothes? That is just so, like, out of everything you could do, you could have paid your rent. You could have, I mean, technically, I see where you're coming from because it's not your money and you don't really care what anyone does with it, but still, like, but a credit card is basically like you get a certain amount of money every month, and then you have to pay that off if you use that amount. So if you have like $100 on the card, if you use $100, you have to pay it off before the next month, because they'll put another $100 in there. They're not technically putting $100 in there. If you don't use the credit card at all, then it just stays that way. But the more you use the credit card, the more credit you earn. And another thing is, it is sometimes people say it is best to use like only 10% of the money that they give you. So if they give you a $100 and you use only $10 and you pay that $10 off, you get your credit gets higher and higher and higher. But it depends on um I feel like it depends. There's different ways to use a credit card. But I feel like the best way is just to make sure you pay it off every single month. Don't pay off the bare minimum and be like, oh, I don't have I'm I'm just gonna accumulate debt. Do not try to accumulate debt at such a young age. Do not do that. Do not do that. That is not the way to go. You're probably already gonna get that if you go to school that doesn't have scholarships anyways. But like I was saying, don't go crazy on the credit cards. Don't feel like you have to buy everything everybody else is buying. Just be you, bruh. Be you. Literally. And also don't stress out so much. I'm literally 20 years old and I stress out so much, overanalyzing every single thing. But like I said, Allah is always listening. Allah, as long as you make sure you pray to Allah, you do your 5 daily prayers. And I'm not the perfect person. I'm not perfect whatsoever. I'm still working on my relationship with Allah. But just do the little things you can do. Make sure you just keep him close to you as long as you know him, and you keep trying and you keep trying. Do what you know you can do. Pray, read the Quran, and if you don't know how to read the Quran, listen to the Quran, and just always talk to Allah. Even if you think no one is listening, he's listening. So talk out loud, or even like just open up your phone and just talk to your phone. You don't have to show it to anyone. Just think of it, you're talking to Allah. And that's basically it. Love you guys. see you in the next video. My salam.